Welcome to another very exciting edition of Instigating with Clark and Drury, brought to you by our friends at Larry Hudson Chevrolet, Buick GMC in Listowel, and the Listowel Squash Courts. Ryan Drury, Chris Clark, our good buddy Ian Doig of the Ian Doig Golf Academy. And Doigie, boy, we've got a really special show this week. You were gracious enough, and the good folks at Tangle Creek, where you are the pro, were gracious enough to have us out. It's going to be a great show, man. We had a lot of fun up there with you at Tangle Creek.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then the whole day was set off by Clarky's outfit.
Hey, well,
yes.
we got to keep it a secret because people haven't seen it yet. So
you can't keep that a secret, dude.
I gotta go change, and people will see it next segment.
But that's Doigie is now a TV veteran. On top of being a great golfer, he's a TV veteran now. That's called a tease. That's a
right.
tease for everybody to stick around, right? Before we send the show out to beautiful Tangle Creek, I want to address something here. I want to address something, and that's the Open, because I had some pretty poor showings. I came last twice in the last couple picks. Not a good showing at the U.S. Open. I wasn't very good at the PGA Championship either. And I heard a lot of smack talk. I heard a lot of smack talk when we were up at Tangle Creek about the team I had picked. I put too much faith in Rory, all this other nonsense. I would like to reveal to you gentlemen now the results, and producer Adam will put them up here now. He sent these to me. I'm very excited to report that just like Brian Harman did in real life, I destroyed the competition this week, finishing at a miraculous 9 under par with a great showing from Rory McIlroy, who was the best of any golfer picked in the pool, finishing at 6 under. Victor Hovland 3 under for me, and Scotty Scheffler finishing evening. Coming in second, Mr. Ian Doig, who got off to a real hot start with Mr. Fleetwood, who fell off on Sunday, which no one wanted to see. We were all cheering for Mr. Fleetwood. However, even despite that, Mr. Doig finishing at 2 over, holding on with.
Hold on, I'm going to cut in. Can I cut in for a second, right?
Go ahead.
I was pretty sure that I had traded Brooks Koepka for Brian Harman just before we finished things.
Yeah, he was your first pick, if I remember correctly. Brooks
I'm
Koepka.
decently sure that that's false information.
Yeah,
and you finished at 2 over. Tommy Fleetwood was your best performer at 4 under, of course. Chris Clark. Let's address what happened.
Hey, I had fun. My picks were fun, right? I know Justin Rose pooped the bed, but that's okay. Okay.
Justin didn't make the cut. Yes. Chris Clark, 14 over.
Hey, 14 over. Good old Harrington. That's
a resounding. Yes, it's all good. Fine. Hey, I finished last twice in a row here.
My sleeper pick, which was Matthew Jordan, was your best guy. So I'm happy, everyone looked at me. Well, Doigie's heard of him before. You never heard of him, but he played pretty well. Well,
and very exciting. I mean, his home golf course, the course that he grew up on. He qualified to get in. Yeah. I thought he did a great job of handling the pressure and playing very well. I was impressed with him.
The worst part is I picked Padraig Harrington, and John Rahm was sitting there for me to pick, and I didn't pick him. But no one picked John Rahm. Anyway,
no one picked John Rahm, right? and John Rahm still wouldn't have helped you much. You still would have finished last with him on your team.
It would have helped me a lot because Harrington was like 7 or 8 over, I think, at least.
You'd have still finished last, and then that's okay.
Was it added up properly?
It was added up properly. I double, triple, quadruple check.
Okay. I'm just teasing Adam.
Here's the thing, Clarky, you would have finished last either way. And then Ryan, as the winner, you actually get 5 more off par, so you're actually finished at 14 under.
No, that's only if you picked the winner.
That's only
right.
Sorry, I didn't have Harman.
Come on, man.
Well, hold on. I picked Brian Harman, didn't I?
No, you did not. In fact, you told me on Friday Brian Harman is not winning this golf tournament.
Well, hold on though. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, though, Doigie, before we send the good viewers over to our friends at Tangle Creek. let's talk about what Brian Harman did, because my goodness, it really wasn't much of a tournament, because Brian Harman showed up day one and put the boots to everybody, winning by 6 strokes. It's one of the largest margins of victory in the last 30 years at any Open Championship. He absolutely destroyed Royal Liverpool. What was it that put him on a good start and allowed him to have a great finish where no one else was even on this guy's level last weekend, Doigie?
All right. So first of all, he's a gritty player. And what I mean by that is he never gives up. He's a fighter. I mean, he's 5'7" and weighs 150 pounds, and he gets it out there, not as long as those other guys, but he gets it done with heart and gut and hard work. But the bottom line is 49 out of 50 inside 10 feet. 49 out of 50 putts inside 10 feet made. Now, yes, does that count all the 1-foot tap-ins? Absolutely, it does. But there was an awful lot of 8, 9, and 10 footers that he made over the course of 4 days that gave him the ability to win by 6.
And I don't think the other thing too is, and it's obvious that he's a lefty, and lefties rule.
Okay, yeah. We'll address that when we get to our segment here, where Doigie's gonna teach you some things with your lefty golf shot.
Well, here's a side note about Sunday. The Barracuda Championship, which was the other event on the PGA Tour, was being held, and that was also won by a lefty.
Yes, it was won by a lefty.
See, Doigie, we lost him. Like, this is the problem with, I don't know where he bought his computer, but every time he signs into the show, his computer's not working. So he's got to change to his phone.
He has issues.
His phone today, and we said to him, Doigie, your phone's not a very, the signal doesn't seem very good today. And there he is. His name's on the screen.
That's okay though, because you know what?
Still around, but
his computer game is poor, but his golf game is great, and our viewers are going to get a taste of that coming up next here. We're going to send.
We're going to Tangle Creek.
We're going to beautiful Tangle Creek out by Baseborden, and Clarkie's going to get changed. Boy, are you guys ever in for a treat? Congrats to Brian Harman. His 3rd ever PGA Tour victory, his first, obviously, major.
And congratulations to Ryan Drury, the winner.
Congrats.
Of the British Open, or as they call it, the Open Championship pool here on Instigating. Doigie's
yes, sir.
Completely gone. He's on his way to Tangle Creek. Ryan, we better get going.
We will head there now. Enjoy the show. Instigating live from Tangle Creek. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkie and Drury. We're very pleased to be hosted here at the beautiful Tangle Creek Golf Course with our buddy Ian Doig, and we're also joined by the ghost of golfers past. It's Chris Clark. Ian Poulter's on the show this week, very specially guest.
What's the problem?
Listen.
What's the problem?
There's
the Open just wrapped up last week.
There's no problem.
This is going back, right? This is how they dress, playing golf.
Yeah. Golfers dressed like that.
Yeah,
right?
that's why we're here today. We're golfing.
Yeah.
At least 2 of us are.
Well, Ian's
Two of us are.
Ian's golfing, and I'm just stifling laughter. Can we just address this before we talk to our buddy?
You can address it all you want. What's going on?
What happened here? Because you disappeared before the camera went live. And
I didn't want to come to the golf course like this, because then it would give you guys enough time to react, and it would be done by the time we started shooting.
You did a full-scale costume
change.
I
went and did a costume change, about 2 minutes there, and came down, and you guys are still, I think, in shock. I remember Doigie, when I went over to Listowel Golf Course a couple weeks ago to watch him play, he saw a guy dressed like this with wild pants on. He goes, "Don't ever wear those pants when you're playing golf. When you're playing golf with me." And then Wednesday night, I was online and I saw it, and I'm thinking, the Open's on. I have English roots. You know what? There we go. Ready to go. I kind of like it.
He's trying to pull off the Payne Stewart look.
I kind of like it.
He just can't do it. Only Payne could pull off that.
That's
look.
right. I don't have a NFL cap on, and for sure.
And Payne was a friend of mine, and Payne might be a little upset right now.
What's the worst outfit you ever saw at a tour event? Like where real golfers showed up?
right there.
Hey, I'm happy he called me a real golfer.
I said real golfers. That's
good.
Yeah.
It's good.
You know, the only thing about outfits, though, back in the 80s, there was a company called Aureus Clothing that sponsored a lot of players. And there was one week where there was 8 guys on the range, all dressed exactly the same. Same pants, same shirts, everything. It was a mass exodus to the pro shop because guys were going in and buying a shirt so they didn't look like somebody else.
Well, you guys should look this company up.
It was funny.
It's called Royal and Awesome. Like Royal and Ancient, right?
Unreal.
RNA.
Okay.
So this is Royal and Awesome. And I think it's pretty awesome.
That's a new life model.
Do they have a money back guarantee?
I'm not sure. If I'm going to send them this video, maybe they'll give me my money back.
Well, you know who
say don't ever wear my stuff again.
You know who won't need their money back is you today and anybody who comes to Doigie for golf tips. And I want to touch on that first, the Ian Doig Golf Academy. You're the pro here at Tangle Creek. It's an unbelievable spot. We're thankful to them for having us out here. Doigie, when someone comes in and you're doing a very first lesson with them, whether they're an amateur golfer, maybe they're pretty good, when someone comes to you for golf advice, what's the very first thing that you want to see from them that you want to work on?
Well, actually, the first thing I look at, and I'll discuss with whoever it is, if it's their first lesson, what their expectations are, what level they want to play to, and then we go from there. But, when I worked for Arnold Palmer and the team with Arnold Palmer, we would have discussions, and we really broke it down to about 8 things that we always look at first. And those 8 things are, you have to have a perfect grip, you have to have perfect posture, you have to have perfect aim, perfect ball position. Now, that's the first 4. And the great thing about those 4 is that we're doing those at a stagnant position. We're just standing there. So we should be able to get them perfect every time. We swing with a steady head, we accelerate through impact, and swing to a balanced finish position. So that's what we try to do, especially with beginners. That's what I work on first, but it's always the grip. The grip is the most important thing. It's the only thing holding on to the golf club, and the golf club is what is going to hit the golf ball. So.
When you said a steady head, one of the most common terms of golf is you lift your head, keep your head down. I've always been told you can't do that. It naturally has to come up at the end. And if you think you got to keep your head down, it's probably even worse, no?
Yeah, big time. I mean, the 2 players that come to my mind that did pretty good, Annika Sorenstam on the ladies tour, and she shot 59 one time. She was pretty good. Her head swiveled and turned out, and her eyes were looking at the target when the club made contact. And David Duvall on the PGA Tour, he won a major, and his head did the same thing, and his eyes were looking towards the target at impact. So keeping your head down and stagnant is a bad thing. It actually causes more problems than it helps. Mm-hmm. The issue is this: the lay person that doesn't understand the golf swing, when they see somebody's head move up, okay, so they say you lifted your head, but in reality, what you've done is you've lifted your spine angle out of the position that you started at. So when I'm coaching and teaching somebody, I look at their spine angle and I want them to keep their spine angle still. And if that happens, their head will stay steady and still. I don't care if it moves back and forth a little bit, but it has to be still and steady.
What's the one thing, or is there just one thing that everything revolves around? Spine, the hips,
the grip. Everything revolves around the grip. If you have a poor grip, the golf club will really struggle to come back to the same position time and time and time again, and that's what we want. So that's why I strive on a perfect grip first of all. That's what you have to have, is a perfect grip. It's too important.
So Doigie, you mentioned the first 4 things that come into play that are stagnant, where you should be able to work on those right away, get them perfect to set the shot up. Correct. Now someone's taking a backswing. What's the most common mistake you see with people who maybe don't have that dialed in? What's the number one thing that you see in a backswing where you go, that's going to cause you to hook a shot, slice a shot? What are you looking for when someone takes that first backswing?
So the biggest mistake that I see all the time that is the average person, the general player, moves the golf club with their hands too much. And their hands have moved the golf club, and the head of the club will have moved 4 or 5 feet, and their body's still just sitting there, hasn't moved yet. So that's why, working with Palmer, we came up with the theory that if you move the golf club with the left shoulder, push the club back in a one-piece takeaway is what it's called. for left shoulder for a right-handed player, right shoulder for a left-handed player. But if we push the club back, and I'll do a little drill here with Clarky in a bit and show you what I mean by that, but it gets the golf club and the body moving at the same time. And that's very important because the sequencing of the arms and the body have to be together, right? And if you take the golf club away with the hands too fast, the golf club will fan open or rotate open and have an open club face, and the average player can never ever get that club face squared up on the way down, and therefore when they hit the ball, it's open and they hit big slices.
One thing that I never really realized before I started really digging more into golf and being a fan of it is how much footwork is actually involved. And I think that might be something that I see with my friends, certainly, that like to play, is their foot positioning and their footwork is pretty all over the place. What's the key to having good footwork, no matter what kind of shot you're taking? Because I don't know that people necessarily realize, I certainly didn't, Doigie, where you place your feet, depending on what club you have, is very, very important.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. So the golf swing is really built from the ground up. So your connection to the ground through your feet is very important. I like to take people and say, look, we're going to learn how to dance a little bit here. So, when we're getting ready to make a golf swing, I'll say, look at our
Clarky's ready to dance.
He's ready to dance.
Dressed to dance.
I'll get them to put, so on a very short shot, your stance is very close and narrow together. Okay, as the golf clubs get longer, you got to widen your stance because you have to have a bigger base to support the golf club and the length of the swing. Okay, but we have to be able to, most teachers and most people will understand, and they use the terminology of transferring the weight. I don't like that terminology because when I say to you transfer your weight to your right foot, you're just going to move all your weight over to the right foot. And we don't actually do that. We pressure. So I ask them to pressure to the right foot on the backswing. And so if we start with our feet 50-50 in pressure, I want to pressure 75% to the back foot on the backswing. And then on the downswing, it works its way back so that at impact, about 90% of the pressure is on the left heel for a right-handed player at impact. And that's where we get most of our power from.
How do you explain the number one golfer in the world right now, Scotty Scheffler, and his feet work? Because he brings that back foot right up and it looks like he's going to start running. Like, that's unorthodox at the best of times. It works for him, I guess. Right?
And it works for him. And this is part of what good coaching, I can't remember who his coach is, but his coach has done a phenomenal job. Because if he had gone to somebody that didn't understand the golf swing and what is going on and the complexities of it, he may have said to Scotty, we got to fix that. And that would have ruined Scotty Scheffler's golf swing, right? So, yes, but he's not the first one to do it. Greg Norman let that right foot slide and go in all the time too. And he was one of the greatest drivers of the golf ball that ever played the game and won a couple majors. So it's not like it's unusual. It's unorthodox, sure. We talk about keeping our feet, on the ground and connected in that. But if you can get away with it, I mean, Justin Thomas, his feet are all over the place too, up in the air.
He's not playing quite as well, though.
But he's up on
they're everywhere right now.
They're everywhere right now. They're up on his toes and stuff.
So,
the one thing that I do talk about with people and their feet is we want the weight to transfer to the heels, because when the weight of our body is on our heels, we can accelerate the golf club. But when we're up on our toes, we can't accelerate the golf club, and then we lose speed.
So are you saying I should try to find my little niche?
Well, you already did with your clothing.
It's golf fashionista faux pas.
Even my shoes match, guys.
It's
my shoes match.
That's debatable.
There's red, gray, and white on my shoes.
Yeah, you put together quite an ensemble here. Let's see if you can put together your golf game.
Here?
Before we do that, before we take some shots, I want to ask you about that most tenuous area of the game, and that's putting. You mentioned Scheffler. I mean, tee to green, he's probably the best in the world right now. It's not really close, actually, when you look at his numbers. However, he's having a lot of problems with that putter right now. He's in a battle with that thing. How different is the mentality with that putter in your hand compared to what we just talked about and some of the things you just mentioned?
Well, first of all, I feel his pain.
I know.
I feel his pain.
That's why I feel like you're in a unique position to talk about this, my friend.
So I've struggled with my putting over the last little while, and I've put a lot lot of hours, and I've put over 50 hours in the putting green over there in the last few weeks working on it. It's coming around. I putted nicely on Wednesday at Hamilton Golf Club. So,
like, how do you go about fixing something like that?
It's feel, right?
Well, a lot of it's feel, but you also have to have some good fundamentals. Now, that said, putting is so individualistic. I've said this, and I say it in my clinics all the time. If you're going to learn how to stand on your head, hold it with your feet, and you one putt every green, go ahead and do it.
Sure.
Right? Go ahead and do it. So really, it's individual. Do what works for you, but there are fundamentals that we should look to, and those, I teach those. We want to try and get our eyes over the ball. We want to get the club in our hands correctly, and things like that. Ball position, things like that.
You paying attention over
right?
there?
No, I am. But I just wanted to bring up when I was watching you in Listowel, your playing partner that day, kind of thought you were reading the greens not properly. Well, have you done anything to change that in the last month?
No, we actually talked about it afterwards, and it wasn't really the sense of me reading them incorrectly. Yeah. It was I wasn't starting on the ball on the line that I had chosen.
Oh, okay. So you have a marker line on your ball.
Yes, and I line it up there, but at impact, my hands were reacting in a manner where I was either opening or closing the face. So the ball never ever was starting on the line I had picked. So it was either right of it or left of it, mostly left of it, because I was closing the club face down because my hands weren't working correctly. Well, we've worked on that. I've changed the positioning of the grip in my hands a little bit, and I'm getting a better feel to it. So the player that I just played with, David Miller, who was the longtime head golf professional at Hamilton Golf and Country Club, and I played on the tour with him years and years and years ago. He saw my hands the other day and gave me a little bit of adjustment. I putted quite nicely.
Nice.
I had 28 putts on Wednesday and shot 70, so that was pretty good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit some shots. We're going to see if we can't help adjust Ian Poulter, Chris Clark's game here on
There's
the range.
There's got to be an older golfer you could refer to.
Well,
Ian Poulter.
He's the current holder of the bad pants.
Someone with the name King or something.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's hit the range next here on Instigating. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkie and Drury. Ryan Drury still here with Clarkie, the ghost of golf past in terms of fashion. Our buddy Ian Doig, and we're very pleased to be joined by longtime PD over at the Fan, Nelson Millman, and a man who has some decent fashion sense as well. So we're happy about that. Welcome.
Well, I'm certainly dressed better than that, but not as well as you.
Well, I'll take any compliment I can get on a golf course because I can't golf.
Let's just make sure that he was pointing at Clarkie when he said that, not Doig.
Yeah, we'll
go either way.
We'll CGI a longer point over to that guy on the far right. Nelson, tell us a little bit about what you're up to these days, man.
You're looking at it. I come to the golf course 4 days a week. I snap clubs. I buy new clubs. Just not a whole heck of a lot. I walk my dog a lot. It's been nice being retired for the past 7 or 8 years, and kind of watching where the media industry is going. And I know you guys are doing a great job and have been pretty successful doing this, so that's kudos to you. Not so much to Doigie, who I've known a long time, and Clarkie 50-50. But I think you're doing heck of a job, Ryan.
I appreciate it. You mentioned, watching where the media industry in this country is going. It kind of feels like it's going in many aimless directions right now. Like, you have so much experience in the industry. What's your impression of where it's at right now? Because it feels kind of like a car driving with no headlights on at night.
Well, I think, 10 years ago, we all thought we knew where the industry was going to go. And,
sure.
And I think everybody was wrong. And those that said they knew where it was going were lying.
Where did you say that?
Well, I think everybody thought that that online would be way more lucrative than it has turned out to be, and I just think that comes back to the scattergun approach to it. Great content still comes from great personalities. And you've been around a long time. Ian's been in the business as well. I just met you. I have no idea how good you are.
He's good. I would have hired him.
Okay,
we'll see.
You've got the recommendation. So it still comes back to great content will attract an audience, and it doesn't matter what the platform is. And I do think right now there's so much out there. how do you sort through it all? How do you pick and choose? And how do you continue to get exposed to whatever, where that talent is?
Okay, let's not talk about radio anymore.
Well, hold on, though. I just want to say one thing. What I love about having Nelson around at Tangle Creek, plays 4 days a week, and when he's out there playing, I go out afterwards ball hawking, and I find all kinds of golf balls.
Yeah.
All kinds of them.
But why would you, he has a box of Kirkland balls with him right now.
No, that's actually the money box for the league.
Okay. I'm like, you're hitting Kirkland balls?
League play. I can't hit balls that good. I'm still using Spaldings that I bought at Collegiate Sports.
Good.
Gosh.
Okay, I want to take us back. You might know where we're going with this. Oh, must have been 15 years ago. Wooden sticks, 17th hole. Me, you, your brother, Jeff, I believe. I don't know if there was a fourth with us that day or not.
I think there was. I think it was a buddy of yours.
Okay. I don't remember him. But 17th hole, wooden sticks, is the island green from TPC, right? Sawgrass. And the only hole-in-one I've ever seen in my life live was by Nelson Millman.
And you know what? It was a perfect shot.
Yeah.
I hit the green. The flag was in the swale at the bottom.
Yeah.
I hit the green, spun it back hard.
Well, I think it hit the hill and started rolling.
It hit the hill and kind of rolled back and just dunked in the hole.
Yeah.
So, but I had another one though.
I heard you had another one.
I've had another one, and that was the last time I played good.
Where was the other one?
King's Riding.
Oh, well, that's a nice course too.
And we had a Sportsnet tournament, and I knocked it into the hole with a ball that said TSN on it.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
That's a story.
And it was not long after that I was retired.
Foreshadowing in the hole.
Nelson left on his own accord, as far as that's concerned.
I asked I left when they asked me to, and that was fine because it came as most media. They want you out, so they just hand you a big check and say a medium check.
Well, speaking of big checks, you're talking about that you're not playing all that well, but I've still yet to get you off your wallet and book a lesson.
No, that's true because I saw your rates, and I don't mind paying that rate. For somebody. I'll pay the rate. No, it's okay.
He couldn't go anywhere with that.
You know what?
That was good.
You can stick around for this little display.
I love Ian. When I first started playing up here 3 or 4 years ago, and I saw Ian's name on a big banner, I never saw him. I just saw his name on the big banner.
It's right there.
No, and there's the big banner, but it was bigger.
Oh, that's where things have gone.
And I thought, I think I know him. And it turns out we haven't had the chance to for lessons yet. But he also said that there really wasn't much point.
Well, Gino Retta and I met him. Gino Retta and I met you at Streets with Glen, I think.
No, Hunter's Glen. Hunter's Glen.
That's how I met.
Hunter's Glen.
Yeah.
Remember that place?
That's
all houses.
That's where I met my wife.
Yeah.
At Hunter's Glen.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry.
And where was the wedding? Wasn't at Hunter's Glen?
No, the wedding was at Glen Eagle.
Glen Eagle. Yeah.
Further up
now,
the road.
One other golf story. I think you got to correct me if I'm wrong, but you will. Did you get hit by a golf ball at Angus Glen?
I did.
Wow.
It was a Covenant House tournament. My sister-in-law was the fundraiser for Covenant House, and they did a tournament every year at Angus Glen, and she asked me to MC it. So we're on the 18th hole, and down at the bottom of the hill, if you know Angus Glen, so you hit way
Before
down
the pond.
right down to the valley, and I'm standing at the bottom waiting to hit our second shot in, and got nailed in the face with a golf ball. I go down hard, and now I've got to MC this event with a concussion.
Oh, no.
Well, the scary thing is nobody really, they didn't notice.
Wasn't a thing.
No difference, no. Just the same guy. So, took it right in the face and made my nose way bigger than it is now.
You ever get hit?
Get hit? I got hit on Wednesday by myself. That Hamilton.
Yeah, that's right. The rebound off the tree.
So I
self-inflicted.
bounced one off a tree on Wednesday, and it came pretty close to
where it shouldn't.
A not fun spot.
Where it shouldn't have.
And that explains why I haven't come out for lessons.
Wow.
Right there.
No, but I will tell you, in 1981 at the Sammy Davis Greater Hartford Open in Hartford, Connecticut. On Wednesday morning, Danny and David Edwards and Mark Hayes and I were standing out in the middle of the 18th fairway. It's a blind tee shot. And Blaine McAllister had given us a practice round. He had given us plenty of time to get out of the way, but the four of us morons were standing out there chatting. And Blaine teed off, and Mark Hayes said to me afterwards, he said, Ian, all we heard was this popping noise, you hitting the ground and a ball rolling off to the side. Blaine McAllister had teed off and hit me right in the back of the head in the fly. And when he walked out over the top of the hill, all he saw was me laying on the ground and paramedics over top of me, and he was sure he had killed me. Oh, yeah, but I was okay, and that everything.
That's what I'm worried about every time Clarkie puts on goalie pads.
So. I'm protected.
Where I live now, I'm on a golf course at the Nottawasaga, and occasionally we'll get a ball that comes over, and the only thing I make sure I do is, when the ball lands, I go and lay down.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm retired and I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to put the fear in. Before we let you go, Nelson, I want to ask you, obviously being a PD at the Fan, covering Toronto sports so closely, what's your impression of the Toronto sports scene right now? Obviously, the Jays are trying to decide how serious of a contender they are. The Raptors are kind of in flux, and the Leafs are in a bit of a state of, sorry over there, Clarkie, dare I say stagnation. What's your impression of where the major sports teams in the city are at right now?
Well, I don't think much has changed over the last 5 to 10 years. We've had some championship teams. The Raptors were the last ones to, really to do anything. Every year we say, the Leafs will be better this year. Every year we say the Leafs will be better next year. The Jays have some potential if the pitching holds. They need, they probably need a couple of little tweaks, but they're right there in it. So, we'll kind of see what happens. The Raptors, I'm not sure. They're in more of a state of flux right now. New coach, a whole change in the teams. Argos are 4-0, 5-0.
The Argos are rolling.
Yeah, and someday I'll watch the game.
Nice. Mike Hogan says hello, by the way.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Absolutely. We got to get Hoagie back on.
So, you know what? I think the fans in Toronto are so loyal to the team, and, everybody gets hangry about performance. But next year they're up and ready, and you're back there. So.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting. The Leafs still have quite a bit of work to do.
This is the year, Ryan.
In the offseason. It's always the year, Nelson. Brother. Yeah, you shine that tattoo up, my friend.
Yeah, that was maybe one of the dumbest things I've ever seen right there.
Well, I got a few of them, so mind you, I have a Stanley Cup championship one right here.
What the hell's the matter with you guys?
I don't know.
Have a tattoo? We've all got one.
We got bad attitudes.
I have one, but it's on my back.
Oh, there you go.
No.
We won't show that on television. Nelson, it was a pleasure to have you on.
Ryan, thank you very much.
I appreciate it, my friend.
I haven't seen Clark. No, I'm not done. I haven't seen Clarkie for, I don't know. It's been a long time, and it's good to see you, pal. Thanks for dressing up for the show.
Yeah, thanks for letting me borrow your pants.
No problem. And Ian, I'll see you over there at the Golf Academy. Probably.
Well, we're going to be at the Golf Academy definitely right after this. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkie and Drury. As promised here at beautiful Tangle Creek, we're going to do some shooting now here on the range. Doigie and I are going to watch Clarkie kind of set up here. And Doigie, there's a number of things like we talked about in our opening segment that we're going to watch for fundamental-wise in Clarkie's shot. Producer Adam's got a great view here. So Clarkie's lining up here with a 7-iron, correct?
Correct.
So you want me just to take a shot?
Yeah,
start off.
Actually.
That'd be the point.
Yeah.
Well, but I didn't know if he was going to give me a lesson first.
No, hit a couple. So what I'm looking at, first of all, I want to look at his grip. His grip is very good right now. We've worked on that in the past. I'm checking his ball position. I'm checking his shoulder alignment. And now I'm going to watch it take it away and see what happens in the takeaway, and then we'll go from there. So Clarkie, hit one. Okay. He hit it okay. The one thing that I saw in that swing, and this is something that Clarkie tends to do, he has two things that he does. He takes the club away with his hands
I noticed his hands move, yeah.
Yeah, his hands really move the golf club fast. Now, there's guys on the PGA Tour that do that, but that's not something that Clarkie, he doesn't play enough or practice enough. So we want to actually take that out of the swing a little bit.
What does that do to his swing?
Well, first of all, it speeds up his hands and his arms, and then the sequencing of the golf swing changes. And what also happens is the club face will fan open. And when that club face fans open, he's not strong enough or fast enough to close the club face back down and square it up at impact. So sometimes he'll leave the ball out to the left. Okay?
Okay.
So I want to fix that. So this actually gives us a really good opportunity. There's a drill that I showed Clarky a long time ago using 2 balls.
Okay.
And there's a really neat story behind this. Back in the mid-'80s, I was playing and practicing out of Bay Hill, owned by Arnold Palmer. I was really struggling one day. And all of a sudden, I was aware of a presence in front of me. And the presence, I looked up, and there stood Mr. Arnold Palmer. Mr. Palmer looked at me, and I said, "Hey, Mr. Palmer, how are you?" And he says, "Well, I'm doing a lot better than you, Ian." And I said, "Yeah, I'm really struggling right now." And he goes, "Yeah, because I've been sitting up there in my office for the last 2 hours watching you. I had to finally come out and say something."
So he showed you this drill.
So he showed me this drill. He put 2 balls down like that. He said, put the club in between, push the one back ball back, then go ahead and hit the ball in front and finish your golf swing. So I started doing that, and I look at the way he's hitting it all of a sudden as soon as he did this drill. And so
what's the drill do? Is it an eye thing?
It helps get the takeaway being a one-piece takeaway instead of his hands. He'll turn the club back more with his shoulders and his arms. Okay, so he's going to push the club back more with his right shoulder and his right arm now. And I did that drill every day for 2 hours for about a week before I went back out on the road to play. And my next 4 tournaments, I finished first, second, first.
It's amazing the difference it's made, because it really does force you to focus on that backswing and keeping yourself a little more stiff with your wrist through the delivery of the ball. That's the point of it?
Yeah, so I'll walk over and I'll just kind of show you what he's doing here, essentially. Oh, he didn't. That one will get cut out.
That's it. Oh, so right, yeah.
Set up
that's the
ball,
excuse.
Set up to the ball. We don't need 2 balls, just 1. So that drill, basically, in essence, what it's doing is I'm trying to get Chris to move his right shoulder back first. So he takes the golf club and pushes it back with his right arm and his right shoulder, so the golf club moves back in one piece. See where he's solid right here. But when he doesn't do it correctly, the club moves very quickly with his hands, and the golf club fans over and gets out of position. So that's the drill that we're working on. So I want him to push it back with his shoulder, and then the golf club will travel better. The other way of showing this is let the club drop, Clarky, but get into your golf position. Just drop it. Okay? So if I stand here and I ask Clarky to reach back with his left hand and shake my left hand. No, with your left hand.
That's what I've been doing wrong all this time.
Reach back with your left hand. See, just your left hand.
Oh.
Okay? So,
we've got a lot of work to do.
So he's actually learned so well that he's doing it correctly. He won't do it the way he used to.
Right.
So see how his body hasn't moved? Okay? But now I ask him to reach back and shake my hand with his right hand, and look what his body just did. His whole body followed suit.
It rotates.
It rotated, right? So if we start the backswing with our front arm, the body will rotate at the same time.
And a lot of times, Ian, and Ryan, I will do a little, you know how everyone has a setup routine, right? And I've been trying to get into a routine that every time I hit the golf ball, I do the same thing. So I'll sit here and I'll go shake a hand.
Yeah.
And I'll just do that once and then address it.
So now one other thing that I want to show you, and we can use one of the other good swings that he's put on it. Clarky has a very big issue with his leg action in the golf swing. And his legs collapse. So if you watch him, I'll make my golf swing without a golf club right now, and see how my legs turn, and then they turn, and they get out of the way. Well, Clarky, he makes his golf swing, and his legs do this halfway through the swing. So he's got no stability to the upper body. So I brought a little something today that we're going to put on Clarky to make him keep his knees and his legs working a little bit better. So to accent that out. So it matches. So I have some TheraBand here, and we're going to put it over his feet. Stick your foot through there. Stick your other foot through there. Okay, now take your stance and get your feet nice and wide. And now you got to keep that pushed out there like that while you hit this shot. Watch how his legs move in a better manner now.
That was pretty straight. I felt like I was doing this. It felt weird because it's different, right?
Right. But they work better. So you got to keep pressure going that way and that way with your knees. He's just absolutely hit 2 perfect shots in a row.
I did.
So maybe you should go out on the course with that thing on and just walk around.
Is that illegal?
Hold the hole.
Can I use that?
No, you can't. No, but you use it to practice with.
Yeah, that's
right?
That's the key, right?
Isn't that a great way to get you to get the feeling of what I want his knees to do now?
Hey,
the difference is incredible.
Adam, look down here for a sec. I'm doing this right?
What?
I'm putting the ball behind my divots on the range.
Yeah, so that's something, if Adam shoots the camera down here, and this is kind of my teaching area, but you'll see strips taken out. And that's the way to practice when you're on the range, because the grass will grow back faster when we reseed it and that. This patch over here, I'm not sure who came down onto my range the other day and did this, but this is a mess, and that'll take a month and a half to repair itself.
Okay, let me hit one more with this thing on. Oh,
pretty good though, Clarky, but that wasn't as good. Your knee collapsed. You didn't keep the pressure out. Keep the pressure.
One more.
Keep that band wide. Keep your legs wide. They'll still turn.
Got to finish on a good shot.
Yeah, you got to finish.
I feel like I want my feet like this, but I don't.
Yeah, you want them a little wider. Yep,
like that.
Good. Yep.
Right?
Let them just.
Is that good?
Yep, you are good. Good setup. That right there are the best his knees have worked ever.
That was great.
All the time I've known him. So
he almost looked professional. He almost looked professional.
Almost.
Let's get the big stick out. Let's get a driver out.
Oh, already we're going to the driver.
100%. That's what everybody came to see. We want to see Ian stripe a couple here.
Drive for show, putt for dough.
You want to watch Clarky hit a couple first?
100%.
I'll grab my driver.
All right.
I want to watch the amateur and then I want to watch the professional. That's what we're here for. Beautiful Tangle Creek. Again, we're really appreciative of them having us out here. Ian Doig Golf Academy. Look it up online. You want lessons? This is the place to come. And we're going to show you why in a minute. If you haven't already got the picture. Clarky's going to learn how to drive a ball properly.
I got to learn how to put a ball on a tee first.
Clarky does have an issue a lot of times where he'll tee the ball too low.
Yeah.
And when he tees the ball down that low, what that does is in his golf swing, he has to go down to get the ball, and the ball will come off with more spin, side spin and up spin, and the ball will kind of balloon up and go left. Because
I've always wondered about that, having literally no experience playing, like how to properly tee the ball.
So what I do, and I want to hear Ian's opinion, I always try to get it, my club is on the ground, halfway up the ball.
Yeah, okay. See, I still think that's too low.
Too low, okay.
So I would tee that even higher, but he has these pink tees that don't go in the ground very far. But yeah, a little bit higher, and that will help promote him swinging up on the ball through impact.
Okay, so what am I aiming for? The white flag?
Yeah.
Okay, white flag.
Not in this wind today. Nobody's hitting it very far anyway. It's a pretty
except
strong wind.
you.
So.
All right, Clarky, have at it.
Okay, white flag. I feel I'm aiming a little right of it, but let's see what happens.
Oh, good swing, Clarky.
Pretty good.
So I don't know if you noticed my knees just before I did that.
Yeah, no, very
good.
Pushed them out. That was a pretty good drive.
That was a good drive
too. Yeah, high and dead straight. Really well done and solid. I think Clarky should probably quit on that one.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Yeah, you should retire. You think?
I think I'm done.
All right,
we gotta finish on a high for Clarky.
Would you like me to hit an iron or a driver? What do we do?
I want you to hit whatever you see fit, my friend. It's your thing. I'd love to see a couple drives though, because that's what everybody wants. They want the power. They want the power.
Well, okay, hold on then. If we're gonna go ahead and do this, I better hit one with Clarky's drive.
He thinks he can hit it left-handed.
You're gonna shoot the opposite way.
I'm gonna hit one with his.
I'm gonna hit one with Clarky's driver, and I think I can out-drive him.
Wow. What do you figure he just drove that last one that he hit really well, Doigie?
Not far enough.
Not far enough?
Oh, edit that one.
Adam, did you get that? It went about 50 yards.
Edit that out. Edit that out. I got to get a better tee.
Oh, he's blaming the tee.
Yeah. Well, look at how high that one was.
Well, he's basically doing a trick shot. This is how you know we're with a real pro here. We're doing trick shots. Oh my God.
Yeah, but like it's nowhere near the fairway.
I wasn't very good.
No. Thank you for admitting
Distance-wise, though, that was pretty fun to watch. I mean, he hit a trick shot. What do you want?
Well, Adam, you're going to have to switch positions now.
But that is a trick shot. But you've had to hit left hand. You've had to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've hit left, never with a driver because you're on the tee.
No.
But
sure.
But I've hit it left-handed in tournaments and stuff like that.
To get out of a rough
turn
spot.
over his right-handed club. Yeah.
I'll turn over my right-handed club and hit it upside down.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we've seen those. We've seen
There goes
those.
the bag.
This is where everybody's going to get excited here.
Okay. After he hits this, I have a question for him.
all right. So what I'm doing here is I've got my perfect grip, perfect setup, perfect ball position, perfect aim, and I'm going to take one piece takeaway. And what I mean by that is my body will turn back in the same sequence and the club will stay here. I won't snatch the club back in this manner. That's what gets everybody into trouble. Okay, so it's a one-piece takeaway. And then the big thing I key on is a steady head, accelerate through impact, and swing to my finished position.
Oh.
Am I allowed to quit after one? Because I did. Hammered that.
That was a beautiful shot.
Okay.
Into the wind, too, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's a question I have. And you're speaking of wind, and we just watched the British Open last week.
Scottish Open? Oh, no, British Open, right.
The Open.
Yeah.
It gets in my head. Like, especially when I have an iron in my hand.
Yeah.
It gets in my head.
The wind.
Like, the wind. So right now, I would say it's at least 2 club, maybe 3 club.
Oh, it's closer to 3 clubs.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But
it just gets in my head. Like I see my target 150 yards away, and I got to use a 6 iron. I usually hit an 8 iron. But it just mentally, like, how do I get over that?
Okay, so I'm going to grab a club here. So we shot the yardages out here earlier.
So
okay?
how far are we aiming right now?
Right now, so I have a 7 iron in my hand right now.
Yeah.
My 7 iron would normally hit about 165 yards.
And same with mine.
Okay, so the yellow flag here today is at 122, but we're dead into the wind.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my 7 iron, I'm going to choke up a little bit, I'm
Okay.
going to move a little closer to the ball, and I'm going to swing much easier at it and control the flight. And I can hit this 125 yards.
Do you have like a rule of thumb for the wind and the severity of it?
It's tough.
To club up or down? Is there like a rule of thumb you personally have?
No, for me, it's all about feel. But
Okay.
the feel comes from hitting millions of practice balls.
Sure.
That's where the feel comes from.
Yeah.
So I'll just feel this shot. So I would get
Okay.
in this, and I'm going to hit it at the yellow flag there. So I now have 7 iron. I'm going to choke up. I'm going to get in a little bit closer. And my golf swing's going to be a little shorter and not as long. And it would be like that.
Pretty effortless.
Right?
Pretty
So I'm going to try.
That one finished about 8 feet from the flag.
Let's see how Clarkie does here.
So get in a little closer, Clarkie.
Yeah, I'm
choke
just getting
up on it a little bit.
I am.
Yep. Okay. And now just a little more arm swing and less body. Nicely done. You hit it too far, but nicely done. The strike was good.
Okay.
Now it's just a matter of learning how hard you can swing at it to make it go the distance you want.
And I've been trying that as we've been playing golf.
And that's where
together.
the millions of golf balls comes into play here.
Right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I don't play enough.
You know, I don't know
I
if
want to go out and be able to shoot the 80s.
Well, I will say this, I'm actually impressed with your form overall. Even you take the lessons he's giving you really well. Like, it's pretty much,
I mean, I
points,
played a long time.
Well, yes, but he points something out to you,
Yeah.
and it's instantaneous improvement.
He's done a really good job at taking what we've talked about and then working on it and getting it better. And
Clearly.
And the last time we played together at Listowel, he played nicely. So
Well, we played for ice cream.
well, we were playing for ice cream. That's right.
Yeah.
So I see an improvement big time. But what I like more than anything, he has fixed his grip. His grip used to be problematic, and that's fixed. His posture is good now. His aim is relatively good. Ball position is pretty good, and he's slowly getting the arms to work better, which is allowing the golf club to travel in a better manner.
And that's why you come to the Ian Doig Golf Club. Doigie, take it away.
Guys, one more shot. I'm just going to go ahead and hit a full out 7 iron here. So set up.
Hell bent for leather.
Got my target. I'm going to swing to my finish position.
What's your target?
That pink flag.
Oh, the pink flag after he hits it. But that's pretty good. You were aiming for it. It's right at it.
Came right down on the pink flag.
Yeah.
Man.
Lots of fun when you're playing well.
It's lots of fun when you are playing well. And if you want to play better, you got to come see this guy down here at Tangle Creek, our buddy Doigie. Ian Doig, thanks so much for doing this, man. This is such a pleasure. This is so much fun.
Thanks for having me, as always, guys. It's always fun to be on the show, and good group of guys, and I think we did a good show today, didn't we?
I think we did do a pretty good show. Clarky, what do you think? Mr. Poulter, what's up?
Well, we're going to we're hitting the course right now. So, yes, the show was good. We'll see how well the lessons went in the next 3 hours.
We'll reveal Clarky's score at the end. We'll reveal the score, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm pretty impressed. Your golf swing's a lot nicer than your outfit.
I just wish we had one right-handed club we could get Ryan to swing a club.
Well,
I do have a golf club there.
You're gonna make me take a swing?
Yeah, we're gonna take a swing here. We're gonna take a swing. You gotta hit a ball once.
Is this abuse of host? Is this is beyond my?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Give me your left hand. We're gonna get it right in his fingers. Wrap it around. Put the thumb just down on that side right there. Perfect. Okay. Now give me that hand. Put it in there like that. Put that in there like that. That's the perfect grip. Okay. Don't have to squeeze real hard. You want to squeeze with the 2 middle fingers in this hand and the bottom 3 fingers in this hand.
Okay.
And if you squeeze as hard as you can, that's a 10. I want you to find 4.
Oh, really? Okay,
that's
that's my problem too.
Yeah, that's how lightly you
so
can
it's
hold
not
on to
about grabbing a hold of it.
No. Okay.
No.
So now we got here.
Interesting.
Now we put your feet roughly shoulder width apart. Set the club down in behind the ball like this. You've got good posture. If you look here, the butt of the club pointing right at his belt line. That's what I look at. Okay. Yep. He's got good flex in his knees. His hands are hanging directly under his okay. Left shoulder is higher than the right shoulder. That has to happen because the right hand's on the club lower, so it's going to make that shoulder be lower. Okay. Now, if we think about taking a one-piece takeaway, you're going to push the golf club back with that shoulder into that position. Let this relax a little bit. There you go, and let that hinge. There you go. That's your golf swing. Now look back down at the golf ball. Keep your tilt here. Okay. Keep that tilt, and now from here you swing towards your target. Boom. Let go. Keep coming. Hit. And get up to this finish position right here.
Okay.
Right? There you go. That's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it, he says.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so
now it's not going to be good.
Now don't grip it so tight. You're squeezing it to death. If that thing had blood in it, it'd be bleeding right now.
Okay, Ryan.
He's a nervous golfer, all right,
All right. Nice and relaxed. Relax your arms. Soften them.
Shoulder.
There you go. You're good.
So as I pull this back, I don't want to straighten that rear arm.
No, you want that one straight. This one folds.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's such a weird,
Let it fold. Did you ever bartend?
He served himself a few.
Because if you bartend, you would take that up and hold a tray of drinks up in the sky.
Right, okay.
There you go, right there. Tray of drinks. Could you hold a tray of drinks with that hand right now?
Definitely, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Hold a tray of drinks.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh! Whoa!
Look at that. And even the applause from the gallery.
I'll say this, it was a lot better than I thought it'd be.
It's a lot better than we thought it would be,
It was a lot better than I thought.
With Doigie, that's why it was good.
Well, exactly. I mean, your pointers, because that's the thing, like, for someone who's never really golfed, when you pull it back, you're thinking like, okay, I'm thinking, keep my hand steady. And so I'm flexing my rear arm thinking, got to keep that straight. But it's actually such an odd feel.
Get it here and up here.
Right.
Carry a tray of drinks.
Interesting.
Yep.
See, these are the tips that you got to get when you come to see Doigie here, because even somebody who doesn't golf can hit a golf ball decently far. What was that, 80 yards?
About 80 yards. The thing that got me, though, was high, and it had a draw action on it.
Yeah, he did.
It curved. So
inside quadrant.
The golf ball was hit on the inside quadrant with a square club face, which was beautiful.
It was
nicely
good.
done.
I feel pretty good about myself, and that means it's a good time to end the show. You can watch this show Friday nights at 8, Sunday nights at 9 with our friends on Whiteman TV. That's channel 6 for our Whiteman subscribers. Remember, you can watch the show Friday nights at 9, debuting on our YouTube channel. You can follow the show at Instigating Pod on social media, thanks to our great sponsors, Larry Hudson, Chevrolet Buick GMC, the Listowel Squash Courts, and today, our great friends here at Tangle Creek and Ian Doig of the Ian Doig Golf Academy. We'll see you next week for more Instigating.
I think I'll go to dinner with these on.